Now then, people, good day, good morning, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It's time for your Norwich City versus Leeds United playoff preview. Ding ding, round one. Straight out of the back, I'm not confident. Obviously, Daniel Farke's presser, no Pat Bamford. Will he start Joseph? The answer will be no. If he doesn't think he's at a level, mentality-wise, in the regulation season, then he ain't going to start him in a cup competition, which is in effect what this is, so it'll be Joel Pirro up top. Some good news is Roberts and James are fine. I'm not too sure whether or not they'll start. Would I start Roberts? Yes, 100%. Just to give you my lineup straight off the back, in order for us to get a result here, Meslier in goal, Roberts at right back, centre-back, Rodon, Ampadu, Firpo, left-back. I would prefer Ampadu in midfield, and I'd start Cooper, but he ain't going to do that. And I know a lot of you watching this will be like, Cooper, what, But yeah, so it'll be Ampadu, Firpo. In midfield, I think Glenn Kamara will drop out, and he'll play Gray and Gruev in there, with Somerville, Nonto, Rutter behind Joel Pirro. Although, I would prefer if he put Rutter back in the 9, which is mad, innit? Because that weren't working earlier on in the season, but we were still winning games. And when Pirro's the sole man up top, it just don't work at all, and we don't win games. So I'd argue it might be better just flipping them two round. But look, the dust has now settled on the championship season, okay? And Norwich and Leeds are two of four sides that have a dream, to return back to the Premier League. It is still a reality that we can exit the championship this season. However slim that may be for us fans right now, I think a lot are in this boat just due to the nervousness around the playoffs. Look, Norwich, we've never done well in the playoffs, ever. Like, historically, ever. Never, ever had so low. But Norwich, it's actually their third appearance in the second-tier playoffs, right? Yes, they lost their maiden one back in 2002, but in 2015, they beat Ipswich in a 4-2 aggregate win, then went on to the final and beat Middlesbrough, right? Not only that, David Wagner himself has also won the championship playoffs, okay, doing so with a terrible Huddersfield side back in 16-17. And they did that without even scoring a goal. The one goal they did score was an OG, okay, and they end up winning it on penalties. Like, they have history in this. Leeds United also have a history, but it's a bad history. Now, of course, Farke has got over a lot of hoodoos this season, and he would have to pull another rabbit out of the hat if Leeds United are to progress over 2 legs. Because on 5 separate occasions now in the Football League playoffs, League One, Championship, whatever it may be, we have never yet earned promotion through that route. And the reality is as well, form's not great for Leeds United going into it, so that we're not carrying any momentum into it. What's the opposite to momentum? So I've just done a quick Google search, and I think it's inertia, right? So Leeds have inertia going into this playoffs in anything. The good thing is that none of the 4 teams really have any form, but out of the 4 that do, you would argue Norwich probably have the best form, coming in later than the rest. Probably weren't expected a few weeks back before the end of the season, so for them to get in, they'll be buoyed by that. But neither side are really going well, and Leeds have a great record against Norwich as well. We have a decent record at Carrow Road, and we've beaten them twice already this season, okay? So we have to take positives from that, regardless of Farke saying in the presser that it doesn't matter, and some will agree and say, yeah, it doesn't matter, this is a cup competition. But we, as fans, have to take confidence from that fact. We can't get away from the fact that when we did go down to Carrow Road, Gabriel Sara put them 2 up, and it took an almighty comeback in the second half where Somerville got a brace. I can't remember who got the other, but we win the game 3-2. We can't afford to go 2 down in this one, because I feel that Wagner's going to play the occasion. Farke's come out and said, we're not going to change too much, we'll remain the same. I think Wagner will go quite defensive. I think he'll look the way he did it with his Huddersfield side and set these up defensively and look to maybe catch us in transition and sit in. And we just don't want to be in a situation where Leeds have a lot of the ball and they're just going left, right. And as my man Andre would say, no verticality, just sideways passes all the time. But look, Norwich have actually failed to win 6 of their last 7 competitive home head-to-heads against Leeds United, okay? Drawing only 2 of them and losing 4. I know a lot of people are going for a draw. I don't think there will be a draw in this one. It'll be 2-1 either way. I wouldn't like to say who. Daniel Varga's come up against Leeds United now on 5 occasions. Not that these sort of stats matter to some, but he's never drew a game with Leeds United, okay? He's won 3, lost 2. There has never been a stalemate. Maybe this is the time for it. Would a point, would a draw for you be a good result going to Elland Road? I'm really nervous about the Elland Road fixture just because it's on an evening. There's something about an evening at Elland Road needing a result. It doesn't conjure up good memories for me personally. I don't know about yous, but for me, it worries me. It worries me. So if we can take a lead into that, I'll be much more comfortable. But needing a result at Elland Road Thursday night under the lights, I'm a little bit worried. Again, coming back to Leeds United's form as well, like defensively, we've gone too shit. What was it? Like no goals conceded from open play in 13 games. And now we've conceded 11 goals across our last 4 away games, right? That's an average of 2.75 per match. Nearly 3 goals a match in our last 4 away games. That does not make for good reading. So Daniel Farke spoke about working on things positionally, etc., where players need to be. Let's hope we see that at Carrow Road on Sunday, because if not, like, goals will be conceded. Mellier's gone to pot and the defence has gone to pot. I think it's almost like there's massive gaps now between each line of attack or defence, however you look at it. Massive gap between defence and midfield, massive gap between midfield and attack. There doesn't seem to be no compactness anymore, and teams look like they're able to play through us at will. So something's got to change in order for them to do that. And look, Norwich have some key players as well, not least Gabriel Sara. You know, as I said, he scored 2 in the previous game. He's been fantastic for them this season. Josh Sargent, who I would argue, had Sargent played the majority of the season, then Norwich would be well in the playoffs. I'm not saying top 2 by any stretch of the imagination, but they won't be coming in and coming in 6th towards the end. I think they'd have, been comfortably in there, you would argue, like a West Brom. I know they faltered towards the end, but he's been key for them. Kenny McLean, you can definitely see why Daniel Farke liked this guy. I've been impressed whenever I've seen him play. Of course, Johnny Rowe as well. Johnny Rowe has been back training. Whether or not he'll have 90 minutes in him remains to be seen, but he's got 12 goals and 2 assists. Although I will add, last time he played Leeds, when a lot was made about his form going into it, Firpo locked him off. Firpo did a really good job on him, and Firpo needs to do the same again. Firpo, arguably for me, since the turn of the year, has been our most consistent player. I know he wasn't great against Southampton, but nobody was. Now, what I will say for Norwich, going forward, very, very good. Put the fear of God into me over 2 fixtures. But defensively, they're poor for me. Giannoulis, Jack Stacey, Shane Duffy. I mean, listen, drink driver, shouldn't be playing, but it is what it is. Wagner's come out and said he'll play a part. And Ben Gibson at the back. Championship defence, okay? Championship defence. I do believe someone like Sara, Rowe, even others in that Norwich attack can do bits further up the division or definitely in the Premier League, but the defence, no, not so much. And in terms of goals against, they're down the bottom end of the league, like expected goals against, sorry. So they do concede a lot of chances, down there with the likes of Rotherham, Plymouth. These are teams, that Rotherham got a shocking end. Like, they were relegated months ago, weren't they? And Plymouth stayed up on the final day, but that doesn't make for great reading for them. So they do concede a lot of chances, and we can create a lot of chances. It just depends on how Wagner sets him up, and I think he'll try to limit that. I don't think because he's at home he's thinking, do you know what, let's go out gung-ho, we're at home, we'll be the aggressor, if you like. Because if they do that, they'll leave holes and we'll score goals in transition. Like Middlesbrough, for example. I think he'll try and shithouse it over 2 fixtures, because if he can take a result to Elland Road, he ain't going to come out and play. He ain't going to come out and play at Elland Road. So I think he'll be looking at it saying, listen, if we can get 2-1, something like that, keep it tight towards the back end of the game, and then try nick one, I think he will do that, It's going to be tough. Whatever happens, it's going to be tough. I'm hopeful that we can get a win, although I'm not confident. It's more blind hope, blind faith, if you like. I think it'll be 2-1 either way. I don't see a draw. Either Norwich will win 2-1 or we'll win 2-1. If we were to really turn up and win 3-0, which is more than we're capable of, I mean, it would be absolutely amazing. And the mood between me, you, all Leeds United fans across the globe would just go up a notch. We're on the floor right now, even though we're still in the playoffs. Genuinely, collectively, when I see things on social media, when I watch other content creators, we all seem to be in the same boat. I don't know whether it's a good thing that I'm not positive, because when I'm positive, we normally lose, don't we, right? So maybe it's a good thing that I'm feeling like this. I'm tired. I'm tired with it. I just want it over. And if that means we go to Wembley on the 26th, amazing. And if we're out, then we can start to concentrate on next season. It's been such a long 8 days. Such a long 8 days from the end of the season to this game. At least with this one, I then go away for a couple of days, which I'm looking forward to, just 3 days away with my girlfriend. And then I'll be back and it's Thursday and then it's boom, second leg. Bam, yeah, we've won. Let's go to Wembley. And that 8 days, that won't be long. That'll be exciting, But this one's been really laborious. So hopefully Leeds United can come through it. I keep thinking with 3 points, but just with an advantage going to Elland Road. Because anything less than a win going to Elland Road, I can't see us doing it. Honestly, I can't. But listen, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit the notification bell. Don't forget, tomorrow I'll be doing the watch along of the game live from 11 a.m. I will schedule that West Brom and that West Brom Southampton one, but I mean, if we get beaten, we get beat well. That might get knocked on the head. Oh God, I don't think I can cope with it right now. It's been a rough old season, a long old season, and a tiring season, and I can't wait to just properly take a break. Take a Kit Kat and all that jazz, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.